Yeah, glitch the guarantee. E&E, put your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no brakes. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no dates. Fuck around and end up gone. You get in this place. E&E, the shit that I claim, you dealing with grace. Took over the game by storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I've been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough, you need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy. When it's sick of me, I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers, info cups and Hennessy. E&E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through transparency. Heard they self-esteem low, insecurities. Now or never, like glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn a page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Putting fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Butcher boys, E&E, you in trouble, kid. At first 100 mil, you can double it.
Let's go, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Blow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more to measure. Shave the extras, that's business. Starter fees, street blues, what I talk. Royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind. Knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines. It was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultra real, Fern Gully Mountain shit. Couple hot shots, turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane nonstop. The little J gon' take over with my time side.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they be harder. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is how LaMelo felt. You better yell out help. Here come the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. Yeah, there ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chicken. Something about the BBS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's go, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Yeah. What up? You already know what it is, man. It's your Controversial Theory, aka Stacks with the Facts, man. We here. Let's go. You did. Tap in, walk in, man. We bite.
Good
fight.
Guarantee. E&E.
All right, my brother Blade Marker definitely just blessed the chat.
Got me seeing so
Appreciate your
clear.
contribution, brother. Welcome to the building, extra pro, the brother Blade Marker in the building. What it do, man?
Lost some glitch. We cool, nigga.
This
is
Major.
We on the rise now, middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling haze, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down, and we listening to top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Sporting. Ball looking for the fall in, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in, while you all talking. We smoking and coughing, till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit. Killing in vain is vanity. Do it again, it's insanity. Nauseous a real vigilante. Killing these kids is plan B. Hood is too hot with an antifreeze. Blowing on leaves in these planted trees. Don't break the code, this family. We cutting off legs like amputees. My flow was classic, antique. Freaking the beat is it Japanese. Ever out cook is a masterpiece. When money talkers be Guapanese. Fire and flame mixed with gasoline. Passing my sons, that's a legacy. Study the gang, now they testing me. They dropped the ball, man, that's incomplete. Beat them so bad, make them retreat. All of these gems you can retweet. Play with your boys on repeat. You pay the price with your receipt. Below $1 million, flipping it. Everyday noise get sickening. Trying to flip bills to trillions. Turning these good girls to villains. Lyrics is sick, butcher with shit. E&E clip what we represent. Put it on wax like a candlestick. We moving units and measurements. Cooking it up in the lab. We just performing experiments. Since I'm the bomb atomic, bang. These rappers out of my
We on the
element.
rise now, middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling hay, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down, and we listening to top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Sporting. Ball looking for the fall in, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in, while you all talking. We smoking and coughing, till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit.
Glitch, nigga. Perfected my flow. If I'm on the track, then you know it's a go. The guarantee, nigga, and I guarantee treat the gas like the Clippers. You know I'm a choke. Only exotic when blowing the smoke. No one ahead of me. I got the recipe. Do this shit easily. This is my destiny. Sick throwing lobs. I'm dunking on everything. Niggas is sick and I got the remedy. What I prescribe is extra artillery. Get in my zone and start going berserk. I'm feeling like Clay when he went off for 60. With the bullshit, swear to God you can miss me. Best friends with the money, Aaliyah and Missy. I come from the bottom. To try me is risky. Throwing this K like that bitch is a frisbee. Real talk. Let me lock in. Show these niggas what I do. Axe Rain. I be standing next to players too. Front line shit, nigga, I'm the fucking truth. Top 6 ever of the 5 in my group. Niggas still bang top down in the coop. Put your boy up and we coming for the loot. E&E shit, we the best, yeah, it's true. This is guaranteed, nigga, this is what I do.
You know, you dig, you smell me, you understand me. What's good with y'all, man? Y'all know we here Monday night. You know what I'm saying? Last week, the unintelligent artificial intelligence tried to snipe your boy, tried to snipe your guy. You know what I'm talking about? Try to snap your brethren, man. You hear me? But we ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even tripping, man. Matter of fact, this is what I'm doing for the whole rest of the week, man. You know what I'm talking about? Scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Scrolling across the bottom of the screen, what y'all going to notice is that you see a URL. You see a link. Right? That's the link to the other page, A Real Talk Pod Class. Y'all write that down and y'all go over there and subscribe to that right now. Go subscribe to that right now. It's going to be scrolling across the bottom of the page for the remainder of the show. Tap in, walk with us. Tap in, walk with us, man. You already know what it is. What's good with everybody? How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's going on? You know? Last night was powerful. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to my pops, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to pops for always, you understand me, for always, you know what I'm saying, bringing that insight, man, you know? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my pops, man. Yeah, you feel me? Hey, my man, XL Pro, man. That's what's up. I'm glad to hear that, man. How y'all doing out there tonight, man? How y'all feeling out there tonight, man? You understand me, man? What's going on with y'all, man? How you do? How you feel? Right? What it do? What the business is? You know what I'm talking about? How y'all doing tonight, man? It's Monday. We here. We made it. Another day down. You understand me, man? It's a beautiful afternoon in my city. Look like it's trying to rain out there, but it ain't rain yet, so it's all good, man. Jonathan Minkler, what's good with you, man? How you doing, brother? I don't recall ever seeing Jonathan Minkler in the comment section, but you know you're more than welcome. DeFore, pretty boy, what's good? My man DPB in the building, what's good, man? Right? How you doing? How your mama doing? How your mama doing, man? You know what I'm talking about? Tonight, y'all know we get into it, man. It ain't stopping. We ain't stopping. We keeping it going, and we keeping it going. You did. We keeping it right along going. Yeah, that's what's up, my man Blade Monger. That's what's up, man. Y'all sit up there and do what Blade Monger did, man. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all sit up there, go to YouTube right now, open up another window. You understand me, man? Y'all type in A Real Talk Podcast and go subscribe to that right now. Shout out to the homie Blade Monger for coming through with that 10-piece. You know what I'm talking about? Showing some contribution to the situation. You know what I'm talking about? DPB, you feel me, man? Y'all sit up there and subscribe to the other page, man. So just think, you know, I'm about to start going live over. I'm about to start dropping content over there too. You feel me? You feel me? Grace in the essence. Hey, man, everybody out there, if your mother is no longer with us, rest in the essence to her. You did. Rest in the essence to your mother if she's no longer with us. She's here in memory. You feel me? You know? Tap in, walk with us, man. You know what I'm talking about? Tap in, walk with us, man. You know? Now, tonight, man, we're going to continue this whole situation, right? Y'all know I done sit up here and told y'all that I'm going to be breaking down, busting down, you know what I'm talking about, this UN Agenda 2030, 17 Sustainable Development Goals. We on number 5, so we got 12 more to go. You did. Right? Now, I don't know, you know, or should I say I do know. I can say that, though. I definitely know. I know, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all aren't still tapping in with me. A lot of y'all aren't aware of the UN Agenda 2030 or the UN Agenda 2030 protocols, right? Oh, but we're going to get to it, right? Now, if y'all look on the screen, right, my man Blade Monger say, man, I'm thankful to the Most High for being blessed to breathe another day. I hope everyone's doing well. You already know, man, I'm the same way, brother. Same way, man. All praises be to the Most High, man. You hear me? You know what I mean? Once again, we all woke up whenever we did earlier today. We've been awake ever since. We got a chance to make something happen, to make something better, to do it all over again, make it great. You know what I'm talking about? And it's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people didn't wake up today. There's a lot of people who did wake up today and ain't You know what I'm talking about? My man Uncle Diggity, you already know, man. It's a lot of people who did not wake up today. It's a lot of people who did wake up today, and you know, things ain't go right for them. It's a lot of people who lost their life today. You feel me? So, you know, the fact that we still here right now on one accord at this one time, you know, talking about right this present time, understand me, right now is a beautiful thing. It's supposed to be like this. You're supposed to be tapping in right now and every other night. You did? My man Uncle Diggity in the building, man. Right? Now, here we are on sustainable goal number 5. And the 6 things that they want to emphasize all over the world, globally, is gender equality. Right? The goal of SDG 5 is to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. It says nothing about men or masculinity. Notice there's no men in this picture except for one. One man would look like, and one little boy. Right? Number 1, end discrimination against all women and girls. End discrimination against all women and girls. How do you think they're going to go about doing that? Right? Number 2, eliminate violence against all women and girls. Keep in mind that Ketanji Brown Jackson, whatever her name is, she couldn't clearly articulate what it is to be a woman or what a woman is. She's a Supreme Court justice, and she can't sit up here and tell us what a woman is. Number 3, eliminate all harmful practices such as child marriage. It doesn't say anything about putting kids on hormones. It doesn't say anything about hormone depleting drugs. It doesn't say anything about invasive surgeries. It don't say anything about that. It doesn't say anything about legalized pedophilia. Right? 4, recognize all value unpaid care and domestic work. What does that got to do with gender? Number 5, ensure women's participation and leadership in this. Ensure women's participation and leadership in decision making. Women weren't designed to be leaders. Women were not designed by the Most High to be leading anything, especially men. I suffer not for a woman to teach or to usurp authority over men or over the men. So this is like, and this is why I break these things down to y'all the way I do, so y'all can see how demonic they are in their structure, right? Ensure women's participation and leadership in decision making. For the most part, women ain't good at making decisions. Just be honest about it. That's why there's not a lot of women leaders around the world. That's why there's no women presidents of any prominent countries, save for Germany. Ensure universal access to sexual and reproductive health and rights. Y'all better pay attention to number 6, ladies. Ensure universal access. It doesn't say international, it doesn't say global, it says universal access to sexual and reproductive health and rights. So think about when I talk to y'all. Think about when I talk to y'all about the artificial womb facilities. What does that have to do with the artificial womb facilities? I mean, y'all better pay attention to what's going on, man. What my man Deformed Pretty Boy say? Oh, snap, the Nestle Crunch Fudge Packers and Sisters clans coming for us. Yeah, man, they definitely are, man. Make no mistake about it. That's a fact. Right? Make no mistake about it, y'all.
Smile and learn.
Hi, friends. Today we're going to talk about a really...
See how they're making these PSAs in cartoon format? See how they're making these PSAs in cartoon format so they can best sync and link with the children? Tap in, walk with us. Ain't nobody gonna break this stuff down like this for y'all, man. Half of these niggas on YouTube don't even understand or realize that this shit even exists. Half of the people in the world who call themselves some type of intellectual aren't aware of this. Tap in, walk with us, y'all.
Important topic: gender equality and empowering women and girls. Let's get to it. Gender equality is when everyone has the same opportunities, rights, and privileges, no matter what their gender is.
Do we not have that in existence right now? Now, I don't know about... Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is too, XL Pro. What my man Deformed Pretty Boy say, bruh, the mayor of Oakland gave herself a $75,000 raise after only 6 months of being... Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Right? Now, I don't know about other countries, you know, but I know about America. In America, we got equal rights in America. There's no rights that us men have that women don't have, and vice versa. Not so true. I would beg to differ, and it could be argued that women have rights that we don't have, especially when it comes to paternity rights, child support enforcement agency rights, parental rights. But outside of that, we pretty much got the same rights, right? And those are three major things, man. Those are three major advantages as far as legal rights and authority that women have over us men here in America that women don't have nowhere else on planet Earth. Single mothers isn't even an issue in most countries outside of the United Kingdom. And if it is, it's white boys. Because niggas don't live in European countries in mass. Right? So tap in and walk with us, y'all, man. I just wanted to point that out, man. Let's go.
It's when everyone is treated with respect in all aspects of their lives, whatever their gender is. The situations women have lived throughout history have made the fight for gender equality about women having the same rights as men. Let's look at some examples why. Only 13% of private land in the world is owned by women. More than 750 million girls get married before they're adults.
Hold on, let's go back to that. So if 750 chicks get married before they're adults, what is that saying? Juju, what's up, baby girl? I missed your live stream you did the other day, but you took it down or something, man. Right? 750 million girls worldwide get married before they're adults. So what is that telling y'all? What, you making some of that foo-foo? You cooking some of that foo-foo, Juju? Right? If 750 million girls are getting married before they're adults, what is that telling you? Because it ain't happening over here in America like that. This is happening in other countries, Middle Eastern countries and African countries, to be exact. You know, pay attention to this stuff, y'all. Let's go.
Adults. Women still earn less money than men for the same jobs.
No, they don't. That's
and have less access to education. For these reasons and many more, gender equality is a top gender equality. For these and have less access. Women still earn less money than men for the same jobs.
That is false. We've debunked this on numerous occasions over here on my brother Red's platform. We've debunked this. Kev used to debunk this all the time. Yeah. So instead of they're banning child marriage, so what do as a remedy for that? They lowering the sexual consent ages. Do y'all know that in America there's been talks to lower the sexual consent age to 6 years old? Do y'all know that? And they talk about gender equality. Now, mind y'all, when they talk about gender equality, notice all the letters that they're matching up with, or notice all the extra letters they keep adding to the LGBTQ, LMNOP, S. S is added on there now for Satanism. So if they could just keep adding letters to gender, or to what a different gender is, or a gender you can identify with, what does that say about gender? What does it say about gender equality? Don't you understand that they're trying to say that pedophilia is about to be made, is a gender? They're calling it ageism. Did y'all know about this? These guys that say that they feel like they're a little 6-year-old girl on the inside or a 6-year-old boy on the inside, so it's okay for them to be sexually attracted to little boys or little girls. Are y'all aware of this stuff? This is what they mean by gender equality. Y'all better pay attention to this stuff, man. What my man Blake Monger say? Women are not sentenced to the same amount of prison time. No, they are not. As men are sentenced to for committing the same crimes. No, they are not. My man Deformed Pretty Boy say facts, Virgil. But in Europe, got 65 million people, but 11 million Africans. Not FBA, though. They got them riots cracking, though. Yeah, they be going down in goddamn European countries, man. Them French motherfuckers don't play no games. Men make money because men work more overtime hours in comparison to the hours women work. Yes. And not only that, we do the jobs that y'all absolutely refuse to do. Y'all not getting down in them damn sewers. Y'all ain't climbing them skyscrapers. Y'all ain't out there on them highways. I'm starting to see y'all do a little out there street working now in my city anyway. I walked past a couple construction zones on the street, and I noticed I seen some females on there working. They wasn't doing no heavy lifting or machine operating. No, they just was holding the stop signs, controlling the traffic, basically. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like they was on a bulldozer or nothing like that, the backhoe or nothing like that. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't got nothing against women, man. I love women. Those just certain stuff. Y'all just not designed to do certain stuff, man. So y'all shouldn't do it. Just like we men ain't designed to do certain stuff, which is why we shouldn't do certain things. Flat the fuck out. I don't care how nobody feel about that. Certain work is certain things men should not be doing. Like wearing women's clothes. Like being in female or women's spaces. In the locker room, in the bathroom, playing their sports. Hell no. Next thing you know, it's gonna be transgender strippers in a strip club with y'all broads, man. It's gonna be tranny strippers in the strip club with y'all, man. Cause y'all done sit up here with this equal gender equality shit. Now they about to start, goddamn it, taking up y'all spaces since anybody can be a woman. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I know a lot of y'all dudes, and a lot of y'all dudes might say pause on something like this because y'all ain't grown up to be grown men yet. But I go to the goddamn nail shop and get my feet and stuff done every now and again. I go get a pedicure every now and again, man. Matter of fact, I'm about to go pick my baby girl up next weekend, and we're gonna go get pedicures, man. You hear me? Because I like for my toes and stuff to look right. You dig? What my man Blademonger said. Boys don't produce testosterone until puberty. Girls don't produce estrogen until puberty. That's why weirdos are targeting. Exactly. That's exactly. Right? So y'all think about that, man. Think about what they talking about when they say gender equality. Lesbian, gay, trans, queer, bisexual, Satanists, ageism. They just keep adding letters. Facebook has 78 different genders for you to identify yourself with. So when we talk about gender equality, don't y'all know that ageism is a gender? Like I said, they're saying this is ageism, right? I'm a grown-ass man, but I feel like I'm a young 6-year-old boy on the inside. So therefore, I am sexually attracted to little girls, prepubescent girls. There's been talks around America to lower the consent age of sexual interaction and activity to be 6 years young. That's NAMBLA for you. Remember when I did the stream on NAMBLA about 6-7 months ago? The North American Man-Boy Love Association. Oh, yeah. NAMBLA, the CEO, the chairman of NAMBLA, he also sits on the chair board of UNESCO and UNICEF over there at the UN. You can't make this stuff up, man. Let's go.
And have less access to education.
Okay, so how do female have? Well, I mean, not really though, because a chick in a third world country got as much access to education as the boys do. So where are they getting these numbers from? Notice when they spew this stuff out, they don't back it up with any type of evidence, facts. Where's the facts at? Where's the statistics? Where's the information to back these statements up? Let's go.
For these reasons and many more, gender equality is a top priority as a sustainable development goal for the United Nations. Equality is not only a fundamental human right, but it's also one of the main ingredients for building a peaceful and sustainable world. Although much progress has been made, women and girls around the world still do not have access to the same opportunities as men.
Now, although this may be true in some third world countries, for the most part, in the mostly modernized, civilized world, women have the same rights as men in most countries. Like I said, not all countries, but most countries. Let's go. This is propaganda right here, y'all.
To put an end to this problem, it's important to change certain laws, rethink certain customs, and promote policies that will stop injustice.
Okay, so let me put this in perspective for y'all, right? When did we vote in America to allow the United Nations to have say-so in what we pass as law in our country? I'm going to repeat that. When did we vote to give the United Nations permission to infringe upon our rights, telling us what we must adhere to according to the United Nations Agenda 2030 for global sustainability? Where did we vote for that? When did we vote for that? Let's go.
Against all women and girls around the world.
And let me reiterate. Let me reiterate, y'all. Notice she said for women and girls all around the world, global. And when they say women and girls all around the world, y'all better understand what they mean by that, man, since anybody can be a woman, right? Since anybody can be a woman and anybody can identify as a girl, including your little boy, nephew, cousin, if he chooses to, or if she chooses to. So think about when it says women and girls all over the world. Tap in, let's go. Ain't nobody gonna break this stuff down like me, y'all. Ain't nobody even really talk about this stuff. You know what I'm talking about? This is the stuff that actually matters, man. This is the United Nations Agenda 2030 for Sustainable Development Goal number 5, gender equality. Where and when and who gave the UN this jurisdiction over our say-so, over our laws in our country? Please tell me, somebody. When did we vote for this shit? And every president since Clinton has been, well, I ain't gonna say since Clinton, I'm gonna say since Obama, has been indoctrinating, or should I say, has been imposing this stuff on us via the United Nations. Think about what Barack Obama was all about when he was in office. Think about what he passed as actual law while he was in there. Let's go.
And what can we do to achieve greater equality? Many things. For example, we can start by understanding that we are different, but...
So with that being said, and I'm glad you brought that up, D4 Pretty Boy, man. I'm glad you brought that up, bro. All right. The acronym B in LGBTQAI, don't forget the S, implies that there are only 2 genders. The prefix bi in the word bisexuals implies that there are only 2 sexes, genders. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The term bisexual, right? When you think about it, and sometimes it could be considered to be a misnomer. When it comes to all these other genders, or should I say these other genders are misnomers when you think about the term bisexual. It could either be one of 2. Maybe about this. That's why they deformed pretty boy, right? That's ill. So if the U.S. holds the most vetoing power or voting power, what does that tell you? UN Agenda 2030 is going down, full stop, in America. Nigga said that's the treasonous motherfuckers. Right? I'm glad my man Blademonger pointed that out too. This is why they came up with the word trisexual, pansexual. Right? Pan is the name of the demon Greek goat god of mischief. I'm going to repeat that. I said pan, P-A-N, pan, sexual, panorama, pandemic, pan. Africanism. Pan is the name of the demon Greek goat god of mischief, the Baphomet, being both genders, transgender. You see this evil game they playing on us, man? And they think we so stupid and dumbed down that we ain't gonna figure this shit out. All of us ain't fucking dumbasses like you, the unintelligent artificial intelligence with y'all stupid asses. And that's why I say I shun the unintelligent artificial intelligence. I laugh in its face and I challenge it daily. It is not smarter than us. It can only mimic, duplicate, copy, impersonate, manufacture. It cannot create. It cannot create. For pretty boy be going in. You understand me, man? Let's finish watching this video, right?
Also equal. What does that mean? That we all have different likes and personalities, but that doesn't make us better or worse than others. We're all people. For this reason, it's important to respect each other and be kind to others. We must respect everyone's likes and dislikes and know that no sport, clothing, toy, or color is only for girls or only for boys.
See how they trying to see what they doing? See, I told y'all, man, they're coming for our children. I can't make it no more plain than that. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. And I can't say it any more plain than that, y'all. They are coming for our children. Anybody who would deny that, you should be looking at them suspect. Because they coming for our kids.
Did you know that there are thousands of women who have done great things? We can learn a lot from the lives and work of women scientists, artists, and athletes. And we can also learn a lot from the women in our lives. Mothers, grandmothers, sisters, teachers, and friends have many experiences and things to share. Listen to them. Achieving gender equality requires an effort from local, national, and international authorities, and from all of us as a global community. And you? How do you think you can help to promote gender equality?
And the crazy part about all of this indoctrination right here, because when we think about the natural order of things, man, we weren't created equal, man. At all. Our design and structure was nothing about equality.
We all deserve to live in a world where women and girls are valued as human beings, equal to their male counterparts in every way, where they have the same rights, opportunities for education and employment, make their own healthcare decisions, and contribute to society. In places all over the world, this just isn't the case. That's why the United Nations have made gender equality one of their 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which they aim to achieve by the year 2030, to empower all women and girls to live their lives to the fullest. When girls have access to shelter, clean water, sanitation, education, and safety, and are given the freedom to do simple things in life, like play with friends, read books, and travel, they become empowered to think for themselves, act for themselves, and determine their own destinies. When this happens, girls are much more likely to attend school, become skilled, get jobs, have families, buy homes, fulfill their ambitions, and make a positive impact on the world around them. Gender equality should be a fundamental right, but girls and women are not treated equally in countries all around the world for all sorts of reasons. Society.
Y'all see this stuff right here, man? Now, if this ain't some propaganda, this is some propaganda for your ass right here. This is some pretty right here, man. Right? As if every woman all over the world is either a wife, a mother, or a housewife, or a combination of the three. Right? We have a lot of women doctors, lawyers. I don't know about engineers. I don't know about presidents. We got a lot of female politicians. We got a lot of female anything too. A lot of females is in a lot of industries, man. Right? Yeah, Juju just said she was stopping in real quick. Unless she listening from the clouds. Right? Now, this might be how it is in certain countries, right? And this is why I want y'all to understand why what they're doing when they saying this. When they saying they want gender equality, they want this to be a global thing. When they say they want job equality, that means everybody's going to be getting paid the same money. That means you're going to be assigned to where you're going to be working. You're going to be either working in this industry. Y'all better realize what this shit is really setting up and what this is bringing in, what it's talking about, man. That's all I'm saying. Tap in, let's go.
She plays a big part in how gender roles are assigned. The values, core beliefs, and inherited customs that govern how people behave can be discriminatory and limit how women live their lives. In some countries, laws prevent women from owning property or receiving an inheritance from a family member. In many cultures, child marriages is still acceptable, with some girls as young as 8 promised to men twice, 3, or 4 times their age.
Right? So I want y'all to think about the countries where this type of stuff goes on. Right? Why would a guy who's 32 want to marry an 8-year-old? Think about the countries where this stuff goes on at, knowingly anyway. Childhood marriage isn't an issue in our country, like at all. Right? Happens so it happens so less in America that is, I mean, it's not even worth talking about. It's not even worth having a conversation about how often it does not happen. Less than 1%. Right? But all in other countries, especially, these Middle Eastern countries who are followers of Islam and practice Sharia law, which ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. So I can see why they want to come over here. Right? But understand what they mean when they're talking about gender equality. Now, think about the region of the world where this happens at, where little girls who are 8 years old are forced to marry men sometimes 4 times their age. That's not happening in America. Ain't no 8-year-old getting married to no 32-year-old. It's not happening. Come on, y'all.
To men twice, 3, or 4 times their age. This leaves the girl open to abuse, neglect, and complications during childbirth. Even in places where men and women technically have equal rights, there still may be a gender gap in pay, leadership, and representation in government.
I want y'all to pay attention to this. Notice it says it may be a gender gap in pay. And they sit up here and hit you with this bullshit ass, fraudulent ass, super inflated scale over here. That what they don't mention in these numbers is that these is also the jobs that women just definitely refuse to work. Y'all's bodies aren't designed to do the work that is needed to maintain the structure and upkeep of this society. That's why it's going digital. Because it takes manpower. Men. Not man as in mankind, including man and woman, but men. It takes men to build this society, man. That sturdy, manly strength to get up there on a scaffold 30 stories in the sky. Welding and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean, man? I just be saying, well, with this stuff, y'all, man, this is all propaganda being used to bring in you in Agenda 2030, man. They bringing in the smart grid and the metaverse and all that stuff, man. This is the precursor. Let's go. Tap in, walk with us. Smash that like button. Go over there to that link you see scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and y'all sit up there and go subscribe to A Real Talk podcast. You need, let's go.
Great people continue to make progress worldwide, exposing systemic abuse toward women in the film and television industries with powerful social media campaigns, investing in female entrepreneurs to reduce the current funding gap between women and men, providing women and girls with equal access to education, healthcare, and decent work. And the number of women leaders has doubled since 2000, so that their say in political and economic decision-making processes can fuel sustainable economies and benefit societies and humanity at large. We can all work together to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls worldwide by 2030.
2030, right? What's happening in 2030? What is this 2030 due date, if you would? You ain't ready for that, right? I keep telling y'all that this UN Agenda 2030 ain't no joke, man. You hear me? This stuff ain't no joke, man. This number 5 ain't no joke. I want to find this video for y'all real quick. Tap in, walk with us. Tap in and walk with us. Smash that like button, click on the subscribe page. Let's go, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Women are tremendously outnumbered in executive roles, and that has played a role in the pay gap between genders. SDG 5, Achieve Gender Equality and Empower All Women and Girls, fights these issues. My name is Robin, I'm Dutch, and I'm studying for the Master in Management at Rotterdam School of Management. I'm the student ambassador for this global goal, and I'm here to tell you about achieving SDG 5, gender equality. Women's rights have improved compared to how they were 50 years ago, but there's still a lot we can do to achieve equality between genders. Women are often discriminated against in the job market, and many countries still promote laws that put women in a secondary position compared to men. This happens in spite of the fact that organizations with an equal amount of men and women at senior management level considerably outperform those that lack equal representation. This difference in senior roles starts with education, as good education increases chances of getting paid well. Women have a harder time completing their education in less developed countries because they don't have access to contraception. This results in women becoming mothers before they have had the chance to finish school.
So, hold on, wait a second. Wait a second. So how are they becoming mothers before they get a chance to go to school? Are they saying that they got a single mother issue in third world countries? Is that what y'all saying? Like, y'all not clarifying this, man. Why should the rest of the world, developed world, have to suffer because the undeveloped world having these issues? Y'all better pay attention to this stuff, man. Understand what UN Agenda 2030 actually is, man, what it is setting up. And what that means for us American citizens, man. Do y'all not realize that through United Nations Agenda 2030 for global sustainability, this will make us into global citizens? Our United States of American citizenship will cease to exist. Do y'all understand that? Put a number 11 in the chat if you understand that. That's why they've been hitting us with this talk about getting these real IDs. Y'all better pay attention, man. This little girlfriend is talking.
In many areas, women have to stay at home from a young age and take care of their children and the household, which leads to dropping out of school. To summarize, there's still a lot of work to be done globally before women and men have equal opportunities. SDG 5 wants to end all discrimination, violence, and harmful laws and practices like female genital mutilation and child marriages by 2030. We need to provide sex education and reproductive health services to all women everywhere and make sure that both...
Notice that they never say what that looks like, though. So what does that look like? And y'all chicks, don't even ask no questions. Nobody asks questions. And I think that's sad. As much access to information and technology that we have in this so-called modern society, majority of us still choose to be willfully ignorant. You know? And I just think that's crazy, man. You feel me? I feel sorry for our youth, man. It ain't enough of us real ones left, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why we gotta make sure, man, we do what we do, man, so we can leave some type of legacy or something, man. Get as much young people as we can, man. Put them up on game, man, because this stuff is going to hell in the handbasket, man. They try to force gender equality. No, I ain't gonna say they trying to. They are enforcing gender equality all over the world. Exactly. And also, energetically, if they can sync and link young children's energy output carrier signal to that of the unintelligent artificial intelligence, before puberty hits, it will have a direct, permanent linkage connection with the human magnetic field input-output carrier signal, aura, magnetic field, human magnetic field. You hear me? It'll forever have an influence and effect and connection to it. Once I understand why they're coming after the kids, man, it will prevent the children from having their connect to the source, the Most High, and it will forever sync and link them to the frequency of Lucifer, Satan, the devil. You did, Mr. O with the info, my Joe for Chicago. What happened, man? Yeah, YouTube always messing with somebody's notifications, y'all, man. All right? Like I said, y'all, we just can't let the unintelligent artificial intelligence outsmart us because it's not smart. Therefore, it doesn't even have the ability to outsmart us. Right? It doesn't even have the capability to outsmart us. Right? Lance Parker, what happened, man? All my Chicago homies rolling in at the same time, man. What's good with y'all, man? What happened, Joe? You know? Finish watching this, man.
Both genders have equal opportunities in life. I will now hand you over to Diane Bevelander, who will talk about why feminism is important in the workplace. She is a professor of management education with a focus on the career development.
Feminism ain't got shit to do with equality, man. Nothing at all, man.
For female professionals at Rotterdam School of Management, Erasmus University. She's also founder and executive director of the Erasmus Center for Women in Organizations. And finally, we will hear the inspiring story of Marlies Dekkers, a feminist entrepreneur and designer who set up her own internationally known lingerie brand and company. Marlies has also collaborated on a feminist bestseller book about power, success, and sexuality of women called Stout, and has won the Dutch Businesswoman of the Year award in 2007.
Right. So basically, when they're talking about gender equality, they're basically focusing on women. I want y'all to pay attention to that, man. They're focusing on women. Right? Notice they're focusing on women with this gender equality. So that's let you know it ain't no equality right there, because if it was equality, they would be talking about us too, but they're not. They'll be focusing on getting these young brothers together too, because men built society. Men handle infrastructure, not women. They making sure they get full control of this goddamn reality, man. They pulling out all the stops, man. It's gonna be interesting to watch, man. You hear me? It's gonna be very interesting. But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see, man, how this all play out, man. But yeah, man, you know. I know, you know what I'm saying, a lot of y'all chicks just don't get it, man. Some of y'all do, but most of y'all don't. Y'all not in the positions that y'all think y'all should or feel y'all should be in because y'all wasn't designed to. Y'all see what my man Lance Parker said, man. Sit up there, hit that subscribe button, man. Get me up to that old 700. We 3 away from that band. We trying to get to that band before the end of the summer. You did. Y'all should go ahead up there and sit up here and make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Get in that band area. You know what I'm talking about? that band area. You know what I'm talking about? That band club, man. And at one time at band camp, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? We grinding and growing on the slow side. You hear me? That slow money is for show money. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know about it if you're a real hustler, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to get down in the mud for real. You know what I'm saying? That get it out the mud, man. A lot of y'all don't really know nothing about getting it out the mud, man. Y'all really ain't never had to really actually get it out the mud before, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't never really been 10 toes down for real, man. Y'all just be hearing that stuff being said on the internet, but y'all ain't never really experienced it, though, for real, man. You know what I'm talking about? 10 toes down, man. That's that one type hustle mentality, man. That's that sit in the spot for a whole week straight. Only go home every other day to go take a shower, man. You feel me? Not going to the club, not going to the bar, not getting fresh. You feel me? You did? Y'all know, a lot of y'all don't know nothing about that type shit, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't know nothing about that type shit for real, man. And that's good, you know what I'm saying, for some. And, you don't want to have to know about certain stuff, man. There's certain stuff that I went through. I don't want my daughter to ever have to experience that shit. That's why we do what we do, right? You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to this gender equality, y'all, man, I want y'all to understand, right? That is focusing on females, women, feminism, right? But when you think about feminism nowadays, y'all, right? When y'all think about feminism, think about how they done usurped what a woman is. Because, see, men can be women now if they wake up and decide they want to be a woman, right? A grown-ass man could feel like he's a 6-year-old little girl and identify through ageism as a 7-year-old little girl or a 12-year, a 14-year-old, a 17, 16, whatever little girl. See, y'all not thinking this all the way through. See, when y'all hear feminism, y'all thinking like, oh yeah, I'm a female, I'm a woman, or that's no, man. Because remember, think about what a cis female is. Whether you're a cisgendered female or a transgender female or a pansexual gendered female or a non-binary female or a non. See how confusing this shit gets? You're still a female though. Still only two genders, just different branches of the gender. Different branches. Right? So when you think about feminism, think about what it is to be a woman. Newly elected Supreme Court judge. Appointed, I should say. Appointed. And this is a goddamn shame, man. This is embarrassment, man. This lady, 50-something down there years old, goddamn hell girl, went to Harvard and all this shit, allegedly, wherever she went to damn school at, right? Wherever the hell she went to school at, right? This is what I'm saying, man. This is why women weren't designed. This is why y'all weren't designed to be in authority, in positions of authority, especially over men. So just think about think about who really runs this world. Now, y'all been tapping in with me, man. Pay attention to what I just said. Think about who runs this world. You think LSD doesn't know that if women are given in this reality authority over men, you don't think that LSD knows that that's going to bring upon what he wants, the destruction of man? Or should I say, the very main goal of LSD, Lucifer, Satan, the devil, is to use us to destroy us. Hence the Ouroboros agenda. Huh? Or I keep telling y'all that we're being made to consume ourselves. I wonder if y'all know what I mean when I say that. I wonder when I say that if that clicks with y'all when I say that. When I say we are being made to consume ourselves. When I say I'm writing a book. All right. Then I ain't gonna. We're being made to consume ourselves. Do y'all get what I'm saying when I say that? Right? Now, Ketanji Brown Jackson, newly appointed Supreme Court Justice, for some odd reason, had a problem or a hard time telling us what a woman is. Let's go.
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a
The
biologist.
meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Senator, in my work as a judge, what I do is I address disputes. If there's a dispute about a definition, people make arguments, and I look at the
All right.
law and I decide. So I'm not.
The fact that you can't give me a straight answer about something as fundamental as what a woman is underscores the dangers of the kind of progressive education that we are hearing about.
Huh? I mean, like, she really was given a spiel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Judge, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Senator.
Under Article 3 of the Constitution, federal courts have jurisdiction over only cases and controversies, which means under the Constitution it has to be an actual dispute, that federal courts cannot simply issue advisory opinions on a question they may have a view on. And one component of Article 3 jurisdiction is the requirement of standing, that in order for a plaintiff to have standing to bring a case, that plaintiff, at least generally speaking, must have a real and concrete injury. Is that right?
That is correct.
So, for example, that means that even if I might have a disagreement with some particular policy or some particular law, that I can't bring a case unless I am personally aggrieved by that policy or that law. So, for example, you're in my alma mater, Harvard, is currently being sued for its explicit and, in my view, egregious policy of discriminating against Asian Americans. Even though I think that policy is egregious,
the court would have to evaluate whether you had an actual injury in order to be able to determine whether it had subject matter jurisdiction to hear the suit.
but if I'm not in the class being discriminated against, then I don't have the ability to bring the lawsuit. Is that right?
I think you'd have to have an actual injury. Certainly people, I think, who are in the class could claim that they had an injury for that purpose.
So now you're on the Board of Overseers of Harvard. If you're confirmed, do you intend to recuse from this lawsuit?
That is my plan, Senator.
Okay. We discussed.
Shout out to Ted Cruz, man. You feel me? So she has such a hard time just defining what a goddamn woman is. And I'm just sitting there watching like, this lady is the Supreme Court justice, man. So, You know, tap in and walk with us, man. Smash that like button, man. You did. "40 years for women and men to be represented equally in national political leadership at the current pace." Oh my gosh. "57% of women 15 to 49 can make their own informed decisions on sex and reproductive health care." That's quite an age range. 15? Hold on, do y'all see this? So 15 is okay? Let's go. During the pandemic, disproportionately hit women. Women accounted for 39% of total employment in 2019. Damn, that's the numbers for your ass, boy. You hear me? Yeah. UN Agenda 2030 for global sustainability is going down. Right? Oh, it's starting to rain outside. It's going down. Right? There ain't nothing you can do about it. Right? It's here. Yes, the Supreme Court is really that ignorant. Yes, it is. You know, the Supreme Court is in connection with the United Nations. If you was to go look up on that judge's bench, he got in this country, he got y'all's state law, he got the constitutional law, he got the UN charter up there as well. If he don't find it in state law, federal law, he gonna find it in that goddammit UN charter, which is an illegal treaty that none of us voted for. Huh?
What are the SDGs? In 2015, world leaders. Goal 5's target is to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. There are 9 targets in Goal 5. Our world today is a better place for women than it was in the past. but disparities still remain. There are fewer girls forced into early marriages. There are more political offices for women serving in parliaments and positions of leadership. There are favorable legislations that reform discriminatory practices and advance gender equality. Despite these gains, prejudicial laws and social norms persist, and harmful practices and other forms of violence against women and girls continue. Barriers to women's sexual and reproductive health and rights prevail. Despite more representation in public offices, women continue to be underrepresented at all levels of political leadership. Based on data from 87 countries, 1 in 5 women and girls under the age of 50 will have experienced physical and/or sexual violence by an intimate partner within the last 12 months.
Where would I be getting these numbers from, man? Some of this stuff be sounding a little bit inflated. Yeah, that is some super weird. They're going to be hating us because we straight. Because we want to fall in line with proper structure and order. You did. So, you know, when I be hearing certain stuff, man, I just be like, some of that stuff sound inflated. Not accurate, but, you know, who am I, man? You feel me? Who am I, man? You did? Yeah, man. You know what I'm talking about? Shit. Let's say shit now. Yeah, it's coming down out there, that old rain, man. You know what I'm talking about, man, in my city. You did? Yeah, I said, I don't fear it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I expose it. You know what I'm saying? I cut the head off of it and expose it for what it is. You know what I'm talking about? And UN Agenda 2030, one of the main things you're going to recognize throughout it. Was it Helen outside? One thing you're going to know is that, you know, it's definitely a form of population control involved with all of these agendas, or should I say sustainable development goals. It's like it's hell in storms out something out there. It sounds a little bit heavier than usual. You need. But yeah, though, man, you know what I'm talking about, man. SDG 5, Sustainable Development Goal 5, gender equality. Right? Here we is, man. Right? It's crazy, man. You feel me? Y'all gotta think about this stuff, man. It's about to go down. They're setting up the play right now.
What are the SDGs? In 2015, world leaders of 193 member states of the United Nations agreed to 17 global goals, officially known as the Sustainable Development Goals and pronounced SDGs. These goals were carefully identified as having the potential to change the world by 2030 through poverty eradication, fighting inequality,
right? Addressing the urgency of climate change. You mean reacting to the manipulation of the climate?
The 17 goals constitute of 169 targets and 230 indicators. The global goals are ambitious but achievable. It integrates all 3 aspects of sustainable development, and they are social, economic, and environmental. Goal 5, Gender Equality. Goal 5's target is to achieve gender equality and empower all partners in Africa is the female genital mutilation. Female genital compared to the world average of 23.6%. African women are still more likely than men to be in vulnerable employment. The goal of achieving a fair and equal world for every woman and girl remains unfulfilled and even more distant now, since women and girls are the hardest hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. COVID-19 has exacerbated the many risks and problems that women are already experiencing.
And see how they're focusing on women. What about the boys? Yeah, don't let nobody tell you nothing different than that. All right. Right. The young brothers is going to grow up, man. And they're going to have to marry y'all's daughters and nieces and all that stuff, man, to keep the situation going. You dig? You know? I wonder if some of y'all think about that. You know? It's crazy, man. Let's go.
Exposed to, thereby causing a shadow pandemic. This shadow pandemic is seen in, to mention only two, the rise in domestic violence for girls and women, and loss of jobs for women who hold majority of insecure, informal, and lower paying jobs. In an April 2020 policy brief on the impact of COVID-19 on women, UN Women argues for why it is crucial for all national responses to place women and girls, their inclusion, representation, rights, social and economic outcomes, equality and protection at the center, if the responses are to have the necessary impact. The brief backs its position up as follows, and I quote, "Women will be the hardest hit by this pandemic, but they will also be the backbone of recovery in communities."
Yes. You know, it's kind of hard to go along with something like that, man, when we got a baby girl, man. She done sat up there, got into the argument with the dude at the rental spot in Dubai. Now she facing up to a year in that old who's gal, man. Yeah. Women were not designed to be in positions of authority, specifically and especially over men. Ain't none of these Fortune 500 companies about to sit up there and let any group of women come in their boardrooms making those damn decisions. Y'all silly as hell if y'all believe that shit. Y'all silly as hell y'all believe that shit. Silly as hell y'all believe in that bullshit, man. All right.
Goal number 5 is gender equality. And a great way to achieve this is to make sure that there's a fair representation between genders within the workspace. But also age and ethnicity can play a role here. The way that we would use
Did y'all hear what she just said?
usually look at it is by looking at census data so that you are mirroring a representation of the local environment within your business. Goal number 5 is gender equality. And a great way to achieve this is to make sure that there's a fair representation between genders within the workspace. But also age and ethnicity can play a role here. The way that we would usually look at it is by looking at census data so that you are mirroring a representation of the local environment within your business. Goal number 5 is gender equality. And a great way to achieve this is to make sure that there's a fair representation between genders within the workspace. But also age and ethnicity can play a role here. The way that we would usually look at it is by looking at census data so that you are mirroring.
Did y'all hear what she just said? Was y'all paying attention? Was y'all paying attention to what she said? I'm going to play it one more again. This is the third time. I'm going to play it for y'all. Peep game on what she said.
A representation of the local environment within your business. Goal number 5 is gender equality. And a great way to achieve this is to make sure that there's a fair representation between genders within the workspace. But also age and ethnicity can play a role here. The way that we would usually look at it is
what I just tell y'all, right? What I just tell y'all about ageism. I keep telling y'all, man, y'all better pay attention to this stuff, man. It's going down. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all better understand what this UN Agenda 2030 is all about, Jack. It ain't got nothing to do with no equality, man. It got everything to do with slavery. Y'all think you're slaving now, going to that 9 to 5? Just imagine when you're working for a flat rate that the government gives you, because that's the flat rate you get from working at that job. That's an assigned job too, based off of your skill and what you actually have skill in, and that they can cross-reference in their database as far as information connecting you. Ain't gonna be no filling out no applications in this society. Come in, you gonna work here. This is where you work. Crazy, man. SDG 5, y'all, man. You hear me? SDG 5, gender equality, right?
They've just announced that the World Athletics Council will now ban trans women athletes from competing in elite competitions starting March 31st. The policy basically targets athletes who have transitioned from male to female after puberty, and will also tighten the rules for athletes who have sexual development disorders. The council is saying they prioritize fairness and integrity of the female competition over inclusion. While there are no trans athletes currently in international track and field, the ruling could definitely affect several past Olympic medalists. The council plans to form a group to consider the issue of transgender inclusion over the next year. Let me know what you guys think about this.
Crazy, right?
I've been dreaming of becoming the top female swimmer for 1 year, but getting here wasn't easy.
Should trans athletes compete with biological women?
I definitely think so, yes.
Why?
As long as they're on like the proper treatment with like HRT and all that, I don't think there is an advantage. I actually think at that point it becomes a disadvantage. Like you lose so much of that like muscle growth hormones and like hormones for staying awake and staying physical.
If you are prepubescent and didn't develop hormones like a biological person, I think that it's fair. I don't think if you have already been fully developed as a biological person, I don't think it's fair, but I also understand that there's not a place for trans athletes to go.
Should trans athletes compete with biological women?
I definitely think so, yes.
Why?
This is crazy, man. Basically saying men should compete with women. And it ain't no damn competition. Any sport we play y'all in, we are going to crush y'all in it. Like literally, it wouldn't even be no point in playing the damn sport at that point.
Should transgender athletes be allowed to compete in women's sports?
Yes, 100%. I would just say, like, look at the science. And, like, trans women are women, and that's kind of should just be the common understanding.
Should transgender athletes be allowed to compete in women's sports?
Yes, 100%. I would just say, like, look at the science.
What science?
And, like, trans women are women, and that's kind of should just be the common understanding.
Should transgender athletes be allowed to compete in women's sports?
Yes, 100%. I would just say, like, look at the science. And, like, trans women are women.
Let's be saying anything out y'all's mouth, man. This is crazy, man. Look at this boy.
Let's talk about the truth about men in women's sports. Now, listen, the truth is what we're talking about here is trans women in athletics. That's the issue. The right has made this into an issue, and they call it boys in girls sports or men in women's sports. What we're talking about is trans women born biological men. Okay, here's just one example of Trump at CPAC. I could play 1,000 of these clips of different Republicans talking about this, but this is the gist of how they discuss it.
I will revoke every Biden policy promoting the chemical castration and sexual mutilation of our youth, and ask Congress to send me a bill prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. That should be easy. And we will keep men out of women's sports.
Big, big, big applause line. All right. So what is the deal with so-called men in women's
Shout out to
sports?
my homie David
Is it
Patton. I
an
fuck with
issue?
you, man.
Sure.
Don't flat me, man.
It's
I
an
watch
issue.
your content
Think
a
about
lot,
it this
brother.
way. And we're going to put up like a flow chart here. You've got all issues. And then you have specifically issues related to gender and sexuality, which are a fraction of that. And then within that, you know, LGBTQ, you've got trans issues within that. That's a slice. And then within trans issues, you know, you've got a mental health component. You've got other health elements,
Spiritual.
like, for example, you know, hormone therapy and gender affirmation, all these. Okay. And then you've got like discrimination related issues within trans issues, within gender and sexuality, within all issues. And then within discrimination related trans issues, we have sports issues. And then under sports issues, it's trans women in sports issues. And then within that, it's sports where muscle mass confers an advantage issues. So let's not pretend that the issue is bigger than it is, okay? So then they get to usually a discussion about fairness. Now, when they talk about fairness, remember, they don't care about trans men in men's sports.
No.
They also don't really care about trans women in women's leagues in chess or shooting
Right.
or archery
None
or
of that shit.
curling. Curling has men's, women's, and co-ed, or equestrian. Even in golf, I mean, driving distance is.
You know, y'all get the gist of what my man's and them is saying, man. Right? And I want y'all to understand what's the sustainable goal number 5. Right? Right. And just like all other areas and all other SDGs, sustainable development goals, right? Number 5 is just as insidious, if you would, as any of them. You know? while focusing on gender equality, specifically focusing on women and females empowerment. Understand, y'all, what they talking about when they talking about women and females. Right? Right? Y'all see it. Y'all see it. An adult female human being, a female member of a workforce or team, a female person associated with a particular place, activity, or occupation, female adults in general. A disrespectful form of address to a woman. A female person who is paid to clean someone's house and carry out the domestic duties. A person's wife, girlfriend, or former lover, or female lover. A person with the qualities traditional associated with females. A person with the qualities traditionally associated with females. Right? For some reason, Ketanji Brown couldn't figure out none of these definitions or memorize or even speak so freely from a place of knowledge and knowing what a woman is. She's been a woman her whole life. How could it be hard for you to define it? This is crazy, man. I know I'm not the only person that be seeing this stuff, man. This is assault to our intelligence, man. Right? What does it mean to be a woman? What does it mean to be a woman, man? What does it mean to be a woman? According to UN Agenda 2030, that's a very inflated thing to ask, right? Because you don't necessarily have to be a female to be a woman. Right? According to UN Agenda 2030 for gender equality, it's like it's only focused on the equality of chicks. You dig? Sustainable goal number 5, y'all. Gender equality, man. Right? And we can do this all night, man. Got these big burly ass dudes all up where these play their sports and stuff out, man.
question. Trans women or women?
I want to come at this from the position of an athlete.
Oh, Jesus.
I play semi-pro basketball, semi-pro volleyball. So when it comes to athletic spaces, I don't think that trans women should be allowed into athletic spaces. As female athletes, we work so incredibly hard for the little opportunity there is in women's sports.
Would this be a barrier for you?
There's no barrier. There's less opportunity in some industries.
That's what a barrier is.
There's less. And so it's like you're going to take the little opportunity that we're given. And the problem is we can't compete. We can't. Like, I'm 6 foot. If I go up against a 6 foot guy and I play basketball with him, he's going to body me.
Have you tried confidence?
Eli, hold on, Minnie.
Sorry,
Eli.
confidence can't make me bench what a guy benches.
Should trans women be included in?
Right. Ladies, man, on this Thursday, man, we're going to have a discussion for ladies' night, man. Right? I want y'all to tap in, man. It's going to get serious, man. Look at this, man. They coming for y'all spot, ladies, man. I'm telling y'all.
We've got. Should trans women be included in feminist conversations?
We've got quite a large pay dispute happening with our Australian women's soccer team at the moment. Is it frustrating for you as someone who's so prominent in your sport? And we heard you say on the Ellen show the other day you are the richest fighter in UFC, that sort of thing is still going on?
I think that how much you get paid should have something to do with how much money you bring in. I'm the highest paid fighter, not because Dina and Lorenzo wanted to do something nice for the ladies. They do it because I bring in the highest numbers. They do it because I make them the most money. And I think that the money that they make should be proportionate to the money that they bring in.
We've got quite a large.
This powerlifter has people outraged. Abby Silverberg joined a girls' powerlifting competition in Canada and broke the record by lifting way more than anyone else. He casually bench pressed nearly 370 pounds, beating the current Alberta women's record by almost 100 pounds. The previous record holder was Ann Andrus, a trans athlete who was actually there at the event. The lifter said that he was only doing this to question the rules that let competitors join based on how they see themselves rather than their physical traits. Some people think this isn't fair, as it can give some of these athletes an advantage. One suggestion is to create a separate category for trans athlete. And Andrews says she went through all the steps to become a woman and is a true female athlete. Now this whole situation has sparked a lot of debate about the fairness in sports. Let me know what you guys think, and like and follow for more. This powerlifter has people.
I do think that trans women have every right to compete in women's sport. When trans women are on hormones, the hormones break their body down. Having gender affirming surgery breaks down the body. And so I think we really need to be educated before we jump to a conclusion that trans women are stronger than cis women in sport.
I find it interesting that you assume the people who disagree with you are uneducated. I will speak out against that. I think the research shows that trans women do happen to have a biological advantage against biological women. Even though you are taking hormones and that does start to change your body and level things out, we're talking about primarily people who have transitioned post-puberty, which means they do have male bone density, male wingspan, male hand size, feet size, lung capacity. All of these things are going against women, biological women, when trans women start to enter their spaces, their sports, and compete against them. And this is really concerning for me.
I do think that trans women have every right to compete in women's sport.
This powerlifter has people out.
I do think that trans women have every right.
Women's sports are highly competitive, often can compete with men at the same level and win.
No,
What
not
sports?
at all.
Like a woman playing against a man tennis player.
And in 1998, Serena and Venus Williams did exactly that. Or
They got
tried to.
smashed.
They challenged any professional male player to a match as long as they were outside of the top 200. The challenge was accepted by Karsten Brosch, who was ranked 203rd in the world. And the match was a close one. He beat Serena 6-1 and Venus 6-2.
It's a completely different sport. The men are a lot faster. I love to play women's tennis. I only want to play girls because I don't want to be embarrassed.
So now it's time to ask the most important question. Does questioning make you transphobic?
No, I'm just talking my honest truth.
Women's sports.
This is going to sound crazy, but I've only been on OnlyFans for about a week now.
Think this is just a normal couple walk.
This powerlifter has people outraged. Abby Silverberg joined a girls' powerlifting competition in Canada.
You hear me, man? Y'all absolutely cannot compete with us. Right? I don't care what sport it is. You're not going to win against men. Right? We're faster than y'all. We're stronger than y'all. Our bone density is a lot stronger than y'all's. Our muscle mass is a lot more than y'all's. We have more, what could I say? Our hand grip strength is astronomically higher than what y'all's is. We recover physically from injuries faster than y'all. We're physically stronger, like immensely. Like, you know, I don't think it's a female who's as strong as me out there. She might be somewhere around the world, one of these powerlifting chicks. Right? But even a big old strong burly broad like that ain't got nothing coming with a guy like me. You hear me? She might beat one of you little niggas up. All right? Crazy, man. These times we living in is wild, son. You hear me? It's wild, man. Gender equality. No mention of men and boys. No mention of equality for young boys having access to resources to help them become better, more efficient men. No mention of that whatsoever. No mention of gender equality for boys and men. Everybody. If women are allowed to run this reality, it will collapse very soon afterwards. And I love women to death. I swear to God, I do, y'all, man. I absolutely adore women, man. I love me some women, man. But y'all are just not designed to be bosses. Y'all not designed to be leaders. Y'all not designed to be deep thinkers. Y'all don't build society. Not because you can't do it, because you're not designed to. It wasn't what you was created to be or do. All right. Ordos ob cow. Right? Man, oh man, we about to get up out of here, y'all, man. You know, I don't want to be dragging these things out. I'm trying to get these shows down to under 2 hours. You need, which ain't hard to do. You feel me? But I want y'all to know that UN Agenda 2030 for global sustainability is in full effect. Make no mistake about it. Oh, it's in full effect. Don't, you know. It's in full effect. Please believe it. You hear me? The thing is, are we going to acquiesce to it? It's not nothing we can do to stop it. It's in full effect. The thing is, are we going to acquiesce to this stuff? Are we going to bow down to this stuff? Are we going to comply with this as it comes in more harsh and more harsh? You know? For real, y'all, man. Think about that, man. Tomorrow night. Ooh, wee. Tomorrow night. Y'all gonna love it. Y'all gonna love who we paying tribute to tomorrow night, man. You did. I'm pretty sure some of y'all might have already seen it. Yeah, me too, Black Monger, man. I ain't going. That got me fucked up. Tomorrow night, We're going to be paying homage to the one, the only, UGK. You did. Underground Kings, Chad Pimp C Butler, Bernard Bun B. The fuck is this nigga's last name? I can't remember his last name off the top like that. All right. But we're going to be paying homage to the world famous UGK. Rest in the essence to my brother Pimp C. You know what I'm talking about? Know what I'm talking about? Huh? Know what I'm talking about? That's where I get that from. I get that from Pimp C. That's why I say it like that. I got that from Pimp C. You know, one of my favorite rappers of all time, man. You know what I'm talking about? So, yeah, we definitely going to be getting to this tomorrow. Y'all make sure y'all tap in and walk with us tomorrow evening, 7:30. We might be in E&E Studios if it ain't raining outside. You know what I'm saying? Tap in with my brother King Els. And we're going to do this UGK, paying homage to UGK tomorrow, man. But always keep in mind, y'all. Yeah, rest in peace, rest in the essence to my brother Pimp C, man. He did a bald head. You hear him? Rest in the essence to Pimp C, man. We're going to get up out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming out, man, tapping in with me, man. Like I said, man, y'all can be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me, your guy, your brother, your brethren. You know what I'm talking about? Virtual Barry, a.k.a. Stacks with the Facts, and we here every goddamn day. We here. You hear me? Every single day we here. But I'm about to switch this up, though, because I'm about to be real busy, y'all, with my working at my jobs, man, and other stuff I got going on. So, you know what I mean? As the months get colder, you know, some will be grinding a little bit harder. So, you know what I mean? We're going to reduce the live streams to just Spiritual Roots Sundays, Hip Hop Tuesdays, and Friday night wrap-ups. I might pop in and occasionally on the Saturday, you know what I'm saying, depending on if I'm working or not. But, you know what I'm saying, pretty much we're going to stick to Sundays, or should I say Spiritual Roots Sundays, E&E Tuesdays, Friday night wrap-up. That's we're going to be, and I'm going to let y'all know when that's going to be the situation. But we going in the way we've been going in until the time that comes, when I'm going to let y'all know when it is. You feel me? In the meantime, between time, I'm going to keep hitting y'all with these shorts and with these pre-recordeds like I just dropped, talking about old girl who about to sit up there and possibly get sentenced to possibly a year in a joint over there in Dubai for sitting up there talking crazy to that man in that damn car rental place like you in goddamn America somewhere. Maybe that'll be what I talk about on Ladies' Night. You know? Crazy, right? SDG 5, gender equality. Understand what it means. Yeah, y'all stay blessed too, man. We about to get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Fake woke niggas, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share social engineering, man. Y'all know what it is. Let's go. See y'all tomorrow, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man. Love y'all. Yeah. E&E. Stacks with the facts. What up, Stacks? I got my man Glitch the Guarantee on the track with me. Glitch the Guarantee. Yeah. And we bringing this message to you fake woke niggas. Gotta wake these niggas up, man. All y'all out there spreading them lies and falling victim to this propaganda. Niggas believe in it. Glitch. Let's talk to these niggas. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, wake 'em up, time to wake 'em up. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, wake 'em up, time to wake 'em up. I gotta set the alarm, wake you up from your slumber. Wake 'em up, Floyd and Harry, fake woke niggas, y'all dumbass. I drop jewels, but people don't pay any attention. Let's be an idiot elite. We the wake 'em up henchmen.
A lot of times these woke niggas be really sleep. Shit, the price on a nigga's life is extra real cheap. Only the real from my niggas, we all elite. We made a living eating these rappers, nigga, bon appetit. Yeah.
Pause. Me and my brethren be down for the cause. We gotta come together and tear down all these walls and illusory fault lines like racism and bring light to the woke, just like a baptism.
The congregation spoke. These niggas ain't who they claim to be. A bunch of Peter pop-off niggas really be lames to me. Anytime you at war, it's gonna be casualties. The more we come together, it's easy to beat the enemies.
Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily.
Alarm clock, wake them up, time to wake them up.
Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily.
Alarm clock, wake them up, time to wake them up. Alarm clock to the woke. Time to wake them up. The main initiative should be to get your cake up. You wave riding niggas need life jackets to stay afloat. Meanwhile, I'm blowing on gas straight from the Ivory Coast.
In every post, I'll be hitting y'all with them straight facts. The smart grid is now here. We gotta face that. While they coming with microchips and vaccinations, fake woke niggas perpetuating indoctrination.
Fuck this pandemic. This was the damn gimmicks. Niggas will believe that they mom died if she's still living. Open your eyes, nigga. You can see the lies, nigga. We gotta stop letting the blind lead the blind, nigga.
And that's the biggest fact, Blitz. You better tell these niggas Agenda 2030.
You can now live, learn, apply.
Fuck AOC.
Tap in, bring in some more, you feel me?
I'm Neo in this bitch. You want they red pill.